Alright, July 4th. I wake up in that crazy little park, take a shower, all that other good stuff that people do. And then I get on Skyline Drive, and I'm in Virginia at this point. Turns out at like 6 a.m. when I woke up, because I was still on Midwest time, and I was over on the East Coast, and nobody was really awake yet, because I ended up waking up at like 5 a.m. or something. At 6 a.m., nobody was there manning the gates. So normally you'd have to pay like a fee to get on Skyline Drive, like $20 or something, I guess. I don't know, because I didn't pay. There was nobody there. I was like, I don't know. So I just drove on. Right away when you get there, the first thing you see is this overlook. Alright, so I just woke up like an hour ago, started driving, got on Skyline Drive. They don't charge in the mornings because nobody's on shift. That's Shenandoah Valley Overlook, the first stop coming from the northern entrance of the Skyline Drive. It's pretty phenomenal how far you can see. I don't know if this thing can see that far. So that was pretty neat little overlook, right? So while I was there, I took a few still pictures because I hadn't really used the video or seen much of the video yet of the camera. But I knew that because it was a still shot camera, it probably wouldn't be taking great video. So I took some still shots. This is that tree that you see in the main video shot, just kind of overlooking. This is where I started to have problems though. It was like, okay, I wanted to get me with the background, and you can see it focused on me. So I tried it again, and this time I was like, well, maybe I was too close and it focused on me. And so I took this picture, which is, I'm in a weird stance. And then I look at this one and I'm like, okay, it's because of the light difference. So I tried angling the camera lens up on the next shot, and then you couldn't get me. So it was just like, So I gave up and just drove. I'm like driving around with a permanent smile on my face right now. This place is awesome. Oh, visitor center. Yeah, we can skip the visitor center. Looks like they're closed anyway. Dude, this place is so awesome. Picnic grounds. Fuck picnics. You have to pay $15 to get in here. It's not worth that for a picnic. Here's the side of my stupid head. This one seemed to work. I guess I was in enough shadow to where it focused on the background, but it didn't like drop me out of the frame. So that ended up turning out alright, even though my head, not my face, are in the picture. I don't know why I took this one. I started driving and I decided to take another picture of another overlook. And yet another beautiful overlook. Which, you know, it's just kind of what they are. Right here, I'm actually looking at a black bear that was on the side of the road. I came up over this corner and like came to a sliding stop because all these other people's cars were just stopped in the road, and they finally moved them out of the way when I nearly crushed them all. And you can see the people standing on the side of the road here. And then I stupidly go over and try to get a better shot of the bear because it's all kind of mixed in with the foliage and stuff.
Have you seen a lot of bears? Third bear. Oh wow. Crazy.
This one, I started taking some pictures with my phone, just that way I could post them up online, although I end up not having any connection out there. And this one, it turned out alright, but I was kind of doing these to like, so my family knew I was doing okay, and so I'd post them up on. At that time, it was Foursquare. No, how did that work? I had Foursquare linked to Twitter, which was linked to Facebook. Yeah. And then since then, I have hopped off Foursquare and then come back to Foursquare, and now Swarm. I don't know, social media is so weird. So if you happen to be on Swarm, find me on Swarm. Oh, and then there's this one where I'm pointing at my crotch. I don't know. I thought that was a really good idea. I'm like, oh, boom! I don't know what I was thinking.
Dude, I like just turned the camera off. Came off that end. And this is the overlook. It's called Signal Knob Overlook. Awesome. Something called the Compton Gap. So I'm out here checking, see if it's something that I can walk to relatively quickly, but I'm also getting to try out my treks. And they're working marvelously. You can see all the big rocks on the ground. I having no problem.
My foot. I was really obsessed with those shoes. Like, this is the first time I'd ever really used them. I had bought them right before this road trip. And I had a pair of Sprints that I was using as well, but the Sprints have the thinner sole. These were the hiking versions, but they weren't really from Vibram. They were the Chinese knockoffs because I didn't want to spend the full amount yet, not knowing anything about them really. So I bought the Chinese knockoffs to get a feel for them, which ended up coming to bite me in the ass, so to speak. You'll see here shortly. It's very dumb. Actually, it's that exact foot.